Hi there folks, welcome to RRTV's live coverage of the Australasian Superskips, coming to you from Interlagos tonight, and we're here for round 9, and it's going to be a very exciting night. As you can see folks, they are out there at the moment qualifying, and I'd like to introduce my co-commentator tonight, Kevin Henderson. Good evening, Kevin.
Good evening, Bernie. How are you today, mate?
I'm awesome, man, and looks like you just got in at the right time.
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. I just logging onto the
to the server, yep.
To the race now. So yeah, and we'll be away to go shortly.
Not a problem. Well, while you're doing that, let's go over a few things here with you folks. So as you can see at the moment out there on track, where's my little thing here? Okay, you can see Alex McKellar out there at the moment qualifying. He's qualified 12th at the moment, and if you want to check him out, he's also live streaming tonight, so you can actually go over and see him on twitch.tv/TopSplitTV and bring it up next to the commentary of this race, and you can have a split channel. And as you can see in the bottom left hand corner there's our live feed to Alex, and we wish him all the best in tonight's race.
Yeah, it should be a good race tonight, Bernie. We're here last week in the regular series, so it's a great track to race at. Always more exciting. The draft on that final straight makes the finishes always exciting.
Certainly does, and if the viewers missed that coverage last week, definitely go and check it out, because it was a very exciting race, that's for sure, on the RRTV telecast. But unlike last week folks, this week the distance is probably about double the distance of a normal official race, but they also have to make a mandatory pit stop, and generally it's just for fuel, but it does add an extra element to the Skip Barber racing.
Yeah, it certainly does, Bernie. It's a bit of spice and interest to it all. I've got my replay up and running now, so yes, and they're putting in some pretty quick times out there. I see Benny's just dropped into the 49s.
Yeah, exactly right. He's on provisional pole at the moment at 1:49.917. He's only 1/10 of a second quicker than Luke Whitten though, and who's sitting in second at the moment. Look at that, 9 thousandths of a second, I think that is, with Mark Turner in third. Fourth, Mick Watson, and rounding out your top 5 at the moment is Mick Gray, but those times are extremely close, which bodes well for a really exciting race tonight here, Kevin.
It certainly does, Bernie. It certainly does indeed. It's good to see Mick up there putting in a competitive time. We all know that Mick has a habit of letting the race come to him and always finishing better than he qualifies, so it's looking good for Mick there. A few other good, Hakon Webstad there's a little bit off his normal pace, but the boys up the front are certainly putting it in.
Yeah, they certainly are, and we've got a huge field here tonight folks. 35 cars out there on track at the moment. The only two that aren't out there at the moment is Les Peck and Darren Lesu. Chris Polly's just pulled in the pits as well, but the rest of the guys are out there, and it's going to be pretty exciting. We could see Joseph Falcomata out there at the moment, and he's sitting down in 19th, yet to, well, his best time of 1:51.817.
And just as I mentioned, Hakon, he's put in the quickest time at 49.530. That's fairly moving.
Yeah, that's an awesome time, isn't it? And it's going to be interesting to see how Hakon and Benny, as well as Luke and the others, go here tonight. But generally, Hakon's extremely competitive, as is Benny Simonson. Yeah,
they're both racers through and through. That's without a doubt, Bernie. It should be very interesting to see how they go. Of course, with this track, if you can stay within a few tenths of the guys, anything can happen at the end of the race. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Oh, exactly right, and I guess with 35 cars taking to the grid, you really want to qualify up in the first third of the field to try to stay out of trouble if you can. And I guess going into the S's the first time, you could be wanting to be a little bit cautious going through there.
Yeah, you certainly got that right, Bernie. It's that first set of time through the centre S's there off the start. Everyone's just got to be a little bit sensible and give each other a little bit of time and space. Otherwise, we could see half the field heading to the pits for an Aspro.
Yeah, exactly right. And just jumping back to there's our good mate over there, Alex McKellar. He's not shy. He told me he had a face for radio, but I tell you what, Kevin, he's got his beautiful face down there in the bottom left-hand corner of his screen. And for anyone out there that actually wants to watch him, you can watch it live and just basically go to twitch.tv/Top Split TV and make sure you watch it as well as watch our telecast. But you can see him there. He's looking really intense, Kevin.
I'm sure he is, Bernie. I'm sure he is. It's just in the times I see Alex John from Team Milo's put in quite a good time there. He's sitting there in about 5th on the charts at the moment, which is a fine effort for Alex.
That was Alex John, was it?
Yeah, yes. He's I think he's sitting behind Russell, so he may have had a bit of a draft last lap through with his teammates. So yes, he's doing quite well, just outside the 49s.
Fantastic, and sitting in 5th position, so that's really good for Alex, isn't it? Because he didn't have that good a run last time I saw him. I don't think he had a bit of bad luck. Maybe I'm wrong, but hopefully he's going to have a really good run. And of course he's racing with Team Milo, and his teammate just is ahead of him, and that's Russell Clark, and Russell's at the moment sitting in 18th position.
Yeah, we expect better from Russell. I'm sure he'll pick up some time. He's got a good draft down the straight here on the back of Luke, so Luke's probably towed him round. And he's jumped up to... both Alex and Russell have done real well here.
That is awesome, isn't it? He's up to 4th position now, so that's looking really good for Team Milo at the moment. 3rd and 4th on the grid at the moment, with 6 minutes of qualifying left to go here. But at the moment it's all Håkon Grebstad, Benny Simonsen, both still sitting in 1st and 2nd. Can see Benny there. He's getting a bit of a tow now from I think that's Alex John towing him around.
Yeah, we've got a very fast pack here. We've got Luke at the front of it, who's doing all the hard work, and Russell, Alex, and Benny behind him, just all getting the draft off Luke. Poor old Luke, he's doing everyone's work tonight.
Yeah, and Benny's been pretty busy with Mr. McKellar as well, hasn't he? Because I believe for the Top Split podcast, Benny Simonsen was the driver to be interviewed this week. And it's going to be interesting because, of course, Benny Simonsen is a professional race car driver in real life. And it'll be interesting to see what he says on that podcast.
Yeah, I think Benny might go to the top of the pops here. Yeah, I myself haven't had a chance to listen to that podcast yet. I will get to it eventually. But, he's putting in a flyer here.
Yeah, he certainly is, coming out of the final corner now. Let's jump on here with him, and we'll bring up... I've just got to find it. Where is it? I can't find the button, but I would have brought the button up if I had found it. But now he's pulling out of the draft, isn't he? He's coming flying past here. See if he's got enough to take pole. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he certainly has, by 0.3 of a second almost. That's Luke's dragging these boys around. No, Luke's jumped up to 3rd himself. No wonder Benny's put in a cracker. But the Team Milo boys are still there. They're still in there in the top 5.
Yeah, and at the moment, Håkon is towing another car around, and that's a 786. Just trying to get a number of who that is. 766, I think it was. Oh, Dennis Fiedler. So Dennis is getting towed around. So it looks like these two are in the same team, Hakon and Dennis. So they're both doing it. But at the moment, maybe they need to swap positions and see if Hakon can snatch pole position. But saying that, starting in second, that's pretty good. His teammate Dennis, of course, he's sitting in 10th now after that. So it's getting interesting. Mick Gray, Kevin, he's dropped down to 8th position now.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good time for Mick. I mean, this is a class field we've got running here. There's no slouches in the top half of this field.
Well, there's definitely not. So I'm glad I'm actually up here with you tonight. And of course, if I was out there, I would have been probably ranked about 59th out of a field of 35.
Yeah, I know the feeling, Bernie. I'm just watching these times thinking, good Lord, I haven't had a chance to have a look at the... Oh, we've got a fairly cool track. It's partly cloudy, so it does help a bit.
Yeah, we can see now, just jumping back to our stream, Alex McCullough here, we won't jump back to that because it's not set up properly, is sitting in 11th at the moment. Let's see if he can improve. Can he get into the top 10? Not at the moment, but he's sitting in 11th, so that's not too bad for an old bloke.
No, he's doing all right. He's a young fella compared to me, Bernie, but
oh yeah,
we'll go with old bloke tonight.
Oh, I'm just stirring him, you know what I'm like. So, and I didn't notice he's actually on his stream here. He's actually got written "Hi Bernie" on the inside of his car. How cool is that?
That's fantastic, isn't it?
It is. It's always good for a laugh, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a very good man, very cool driver, Alex. It's how he drives and commentates at the same time is just utterly beyond me, but he manages to do it.
I don't understand how he can drive and sound so laid back. You know, when he's racing, I'd be screaming. And one person that may be screaming at the moment, we just caught sight of Ian Bevan on the infield at the moment. He's qualified 9th, but it looks like he might have had coming together with someone because he doesn't have a front wing on that car anymore.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Oh, Benny's just short shafted Luke there. Benny had an off track and got out of it while Luke was using the draft. And Luke's gone for a bit of a wander into the grass too. There, it's all happening now. They're all pushing very hard.
They certainly are. He might have got put off a little bit, but he went really wide, didn't he, on that exit? And round he went in front of Benny there. So Luke's at the moment, he's not too far off second, 0.003 of a second. He's off from Hakon's time.
Yeah, there's very little in it. Benny had that great draft lap, which made the difference. Luke's going to go and put on a new set of donuts, bollocks and things. Maybe he's just pulled the pin for the night.
Yeah, 42 seconds to go. We can see Hakon now coming up the main straight. His goal, 1:49.239. You can see the time ticking down. No, he's not going to do it. He's already in the 1:40.52. So he's pulling that over. The best he can do tonight, Kevin. Second position at the start line. But saying that, that's pretty awesome.
That's an outstanding times there. Alex and Russell and Team Milo have done really well for themselves getting up there. The four guys in front of them are outstanding drivers at the best of time. And like you, Bernie, I'm sort of glad I'm not out there tonight.
Yeah, you had to think about it. I'm sure part of you wants to be out there, but you've got to pull double duty here with me tonight, which is always awesome. Just having a look further down, Tim Awaymer, I think that's how we pronounce it, is 19th at the moment. We've got Ashley Work out there, still doing what his surname says, working away there, 20th position. Looks like he might be teamed up with Luke Whitten.
Yeah, it does look a bit that way. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I was just looking at the top 10 in this field. Be interesting to see what Ian Bevan can do from his starting position. He's a very canny racer, Ian, but he's a long way back there.
Yeah, he certainly is. But anyway, folks, the guys are still finishing off their qualifying, but because there's 35 in this field, I think we better get started calling this grid, otherwise we're going to miss the start. So looking at the grid tonight, Benny Simonson will start from pole position with Hakon Grebstad in second. Luke Whitten tonight will start out of third. Mick Watson, he's going to start out of fourth. Alex John and his teammate Russell Clark will start out of fifth and sixth tonight. Out of seventh is Mark Turner. Mick Gray got up to eighth tonight with Ian Bevan ninth. 10th is Dennis Fiedler. 11th, Alex McKellar. Jared Marks, he will start out of 12th.
Then, yes, Simon D. Chambers is in 13th. Joseph Falcomotor 14th. Peter Goodwin 15th. Aaron Jury 16th. Matthew Hobbs 2 in 17th. Daniel Harding 18th. Timo Weimer 19th. Ashley Working to 20.
Yeah, in 21st tonight is Steve Purden, followed by Les Peck in 22nd. Paul Nichols will start out at 23rd, followed by Mark Jeffrey there in 24th. 25th, Jeff Dean. Then we have Rob James Harris in 26th. Darren Carter, he'll start out at 27th tonight. 28th is Callum Dwyer. Nathan Kong will start out of 29th. And Chris Poley, he will start out of 30th.
And 31st is Brian Munger. 32nd, Darren Lashur. 33rd is Luke May. Anthony Moore, 34th. And riding out our field is Brian Sheridan, who didn't post a qualifying time.
So if he takes to the grid, Brian's going to have a lot of work ahead of him tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's if you look at the field, that top 10 drivers are only separated by a second between the top 10 drivers, which is quite outstanding.
Yeah, it certainly is. I'm just sending a message to Mr. McKellar there, wishing him luck. So we'll see how he goes. Scratching his head, looking at what he's looking at his time there, wondering what he's going to do tonight, I think. But here we go, folks. We can see the grid starting to queue up here. And Kevin, oh man, I'm taking a breath here because I think it's going to be a pretty big race here tonight.
I think you could well be right there, Bernie. I don't seem to have grid coming up. I'm sure we'll get to it shortly. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a massive race tonight, Bernie. If I was Alex, I'd be getting onto the back of Ian as quick as I can and taking a ride with Ian.
Yeah, we can see Hakon down there. We're waiting for Benny Simonson at the moment to join them at the grid. And this might be a little bit of mind games. Who knows? Always love the mind games, but I'm sure he's not. I'm just trying to talk it up. We can see him now. He's just joined the grid on pole position. We'll be starting here momentarily, folks. And it's going to be an interesting race. Remember, they have to take a pit stop tonight. And while they're getting ready, let's have a quick look at the weather. It's partly cloudy out there today, 39 degrees Celsius or 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Race length tonight, 22 laps. So it's going to be a warm one for the drivers out there tonight.
Certainly will be, Bernie. I imagine Benny's going to get out in front there and go. And it'd be interesting to see if anyone can stay with him.
Yeah, it certainly will. I think Hakon has a very good chance of staying with him, and also Luke. But Luke just needs to be able to hold on to him. Anyway, we're under starters' orders here now. Revs will be rising very shortly at Interlagos, folks, for round 9 of the Australasian Superskips. Green light, we are underway. 22 laps remaining here, and nice clean start. We've got Hakon on the outside. Benny's gone really wide there, and I'm not sure what's going on with Benny, but he had a bit of a wobble there.
He certainly did, Bernie. I'm not sure. Maybe he just ventured out there for a reason best known to him. We don't know. We seem to be. Oh, we're getting through the first set of S's nice and tidy. No drama for anybody. The boys are playing nice tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely playing nice. You can see them now coming down the back straight here for the first time. We've got the 121. I'm not sure who that is on the inside there. Just trying to find them. Going very slowly. And
no, not Ian at all, sorry.
Yeah, it was Hakon Hakon Grebstad down in 11th. He's let a lot of people through. I reckon he's had a bit of a slowdown there as we see Alex McKellar go through on him now, so not a good start for Hakon Grebstad. But up front we have Benny Simonson leading, Luke Whitten, Mark Turner, he's sitting in third, Mick Watson, fourth, and Alex John and his teammate Russell Clark fifth and sixth.
Yeah, the Team Milo boys are doing well there. It's a shame about Hakon. I'm sure he'll get back up through the field once he's ready. I did notice that Alex had jumped onto the back of Ian, so he's got past Dennis in the first section.
Yeah, so the only thing I can think of what's happened with Hakon there is he's had a slowdown at the S's there, so that's the only thing I can think of, Kevin, because he's not the sort of driver I think that would just pull over like that without very good reason.
No, he must have definitely got a slowdown. Meanwhile, Benny's streeting on the front here. He's pulled out quite a gap in the first lap. Yeah,
and Luke Whitten's pulled. He hasn't pulled over, but Mark Turner? I haven't heard that name before. He's taken second at the moment, probably through the slipstreaming.
He's a very quick driver, so I'm not surprised to see him up there. He's very quick. Just have to wait and see if these boys can catch up to Benny or whether he's going to run away with it. Hakon's coming back through the field now. He's just putting a move on Alex there by looks of things.
So we'll jump back and have a look. Yeah, he's just made that move, hasn't he? He's moved up to 10th, so it'll be interesting to see how far Hakon can get up through the field as this race continues. Although, he's got 21 laps, so he's got a bit of time to do it as he's coming flying now up onto the back of Ian Bevan here. Ian's no doubt seeing him coming, and no doubt he also won't move over too easily, which is his right. He is a racing driver.
He certainly is. Ian will be a bit disappointed with his qualifying. He's been looking to put on a charge. Well, Dennis is doing really well. He's stuck on the back of Mick there. He's just behind the Team Milo guys. They're putting in a good showing.
Yeah, it's good to see Mick having a good start here, isn't it? He's a fantastic driver, but he tends to have a little bit of bad luck every now and again in these races, and has an incident or something goes wrong, and he finds himself down the field. But hopefully tonight it's going to go his way. Currently sitting in 7th position.
Yeah, no, he's doing real well there. He's right on the back of Russell. On him here, but I don't think Russell's going to give it to him. I think he's got him. No, Russell's held inside there, and he'll hold Mick out here.
Yeah, and Mick's got a bit of he's got to watch himself here because he's got Dennis Fiedler now getting a good run on the back of him, and we'll see what happens here with Dennis. He's going to get a good tow. He's out of the tow now, and let's see if he can make that move.
Meanwhile, here comes Hakon. He's charging. He's got past Ian. He's having a look at Dennis and Mick going, which one of you two is first?
Yeah. So Hakon, folks, he's up to 9th now. We can see at the moment Mick Gray, he's holding out Dennis Fiedler there. Hakon is right behind him, of course. So what does Dennis do here? Does he let his teammate through, or does he just run his own race?
Dennis Dennis does tend to err on the side of caution quite a bit, so he probably won't put up too much of a fight. He'd be happy to get behind Hakon and hang on if he can, I think.
Yeah, so multi-21, is that what they'll be yelling down the radio about now?
That's the one, Bernie, that's the one. There's multi-21. As I say, Dennis is he's a fairly conservative racer, so I imagine he'll let Hakon by without too much fuss and try and tag onto the back of him and get it right. Meanwhile, Ian has climbed right onto the back of Hakon.
You can see them down there at the moment, and meanwhile up front, folks, Mark Turner, he's keeping up with Benny at the moment, and so is Luke Whitten. We'll get a live brake as they go across the line now, and you can see, of course, in the left hand, 0.6 of a second is the gap. But as we can see, Ian Bevan now ranging up on the back of Hakon. Hakon's behind his teammate Dennis, and of course Mick is holding them out and doing a great job.
I must say, Alex John is doing a fantastic job there too. He's just sitting off the back of this league back in fifth place, and fifth place, sorry. Just taking his time, having a good steady run. They've dropped Russell a bit, but I think Mick's a cork in the bottle at the moment.
He certainly is, and we're riding on the nose cam here with Alex McKellar, as it looks like, who was that going past? Dennis Fiedler at the moment, went very wide.
Yeah, Dennis has dropped a couple of spots there by the looks of things, and he's dropped down behind Hakon and Ian. Meanwhile, Hakon's all over the back of Mick. He's on him like a cheap suit. Crack at him down the straight, I'd imagine. He wants to get in touch with that lead group. He's not too far away. If he can get past Mick and jump onto the back of Russell, he can bridge this gap.
Yeah, he definitely can, and Mick's got a good run out of there. We're riding with Hakon at the moment, and I guess if you were Hakon, what would you do? Would you opt for an early pit stop if you could to get out of the traffic, or would you just keep on pushing on?
I think the way he's going, he's using the draft really well. He's getting his car in the position for quick enough to catch the guys around the track, and he's going to get Mick here. He's using the draft down the straight really well. As I say, if you can get onto the back of Russell, he can bridge this gap, so I'd stay out there if I was him.
Yeah, because he seems to be moving forward pretty well, fairly easily, isn't he? And as we can look in the background, Ian Bevan there having a look on the back of Mick Gray, thinks twice of it as they go into the S's. But what I was saying is he's pretty much moving forward, and oh my goodness, he's already all over the back of Russell Clark here and making a move.
Yeah, Russell made an error in their centre S's there. He got the first one wrong, and you get a little bit out of line there, and you're toast. And they're both going to get him, I'd say, here.
Yeah, you can see Mick Gray on the inside there, and too wide again. Interlagos is pretty famous for the too wide racing here. Believe it or not, folks, we actually had the last race here for the Monday Night Lights. I think they went 3 to 4 wide through there.
But here it goes all the way back to Jared Marks there behind Dennis in 12th spot. So 12th through to, I think it's about 6. They're all glued together. Having a great battle, I must say.
Yeah, they certainly are. You can see there Alex McKellar there into 10th position, but at the front, folks, we've got Benny Simonson leading by 0.6 of a second over Luke Whitten now, who's moved up into second past Mark Turner in third. Mick Watson, he's in 5th, and Alex John having an awesome race here on the back of this battle pack at the moment, sitting in 5th position. Hakon Grebstad, he's up to 6th now, and 4.8 seconds down from the leaders. Now he's through all the traffic. The thing is, can he break this draft, or can he somehow get onto the back of the cars ahead of him?
Yeah, that's the question. He may be able to bridge the gap. It's 4.8 to the lead, but there's, it's probably only 2 and a bit to the cars to the end of the tail, which is Alex. If you can get a hold of Alex, they'll probably be able to wind him up. I'm just looking further back down the field here, 13th through to 16th. They've got their own little race going here, these guys. We've got Matthew Hobbs and Peter Goodwin, Joseph Falcometer and Simon Chambers. They're all just having a ding-dong battle by themselves. They don't care where they're coming, they're just having a good race.
Fantastic. We'll jump to those pictures shortly, folks, because at the moment Luke got Benny, then Benny's taken the lead back. Now Mark Turner, he wants a bit of the action, and so does Alex John. So they're all now starting to jostle, and while they're doing that, this is going to help Hakon pull them in.
It certainly will. The more they fight, the better it is for Hakon. They're all pretty sensible guys, but they'll know Hakon's coming, and if they're smart, they'll be working together to try and break him. But I'm just looking for even further down the field. We've got another little battle pack with Tim Awema actually worked Daniel Harding and Steve Burton with Paul Nichols just off the back of them. That's down to 22nd. And there's the other guys, they don't care where they're coming, they're just having a great race and having a great time.
And that's a good thing about the skippies, isn't it? The level of competition is quite fierce, but it's a friendly fierce competition, isn't it? So anyone watching this that are into iRacing and wondering what category they should look at racing, I'd highly recommend you look at the Australia-New Zealand skip barber community. It's one of the friendliest communities in the iRacing service, and that's my opinion, and it's just absolutely awesome racing.
Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that. I was going to say some of the skip barber racing can be very, very competitive too in the regular series, but in the super skips they tend to race for the fun of it without, it's not must win at all costs sort of racing. Oh, someone's locked up.
That was Ian Bevan, and I tell you what, Alex McCullough's heart rate would have gone up. He was right behind him there, and Ian locked his brakes up under brakes. Of course, he's going to lock him under.
Yeah, he didn't lock him under acceleration there. I see Mick still in front of Hakon. He's driving really well, Mick, I must say.
Yeah, and we're riding with Russell now as he's having a look on Ian. I think that's the first time I've actually seen a skippy lock its brakes up like that.
I'd say someone propped in front of him maybe. Oh, Hakon's got a bent rear wing. Maybe that was the cause of it. I actually touched the back of Hakon, and that would explain why Mick's back in front of him. But if I was Hakon now, I'd be pitting.
Yeah.
It's everything.
So with a bent rear wing like that, does that affect the top end speed on these cars that much?
Yeah, it certainly does, Bernie. You'll be able to hold the car in front, but it's really hard to hit 80% make a lot of past Mickey. No, he's diving. Now he's here. Yeah, there's a heap of them piling into the pits now.
Yeah, so he'll use a fast repair here. It shouldn't have cost him too much by coming in straight away. And as you said, there's quite a number of people now starting to stream into pit lane. I'm just having a look further back at who they are. We've got Russell Clark in there, Ian Bevan's also pitting, and Dennis Fiedler. Dennis is already on his way out. Oh, that's Russell Clark. 3.4 seconds was his stop. Ian Bevan's the next one out, 7.9 seconds. Hakon Grebstad, 11.4. Dennis Fiedler, 9 seconds. We've also had Mark Jeffrey pit. Who else? Rob James Harris has also made to the pits, as well as Anthony Moore.
Yeah, that was a long pit stop by Hakon, a very short one by Russell. He might have miscalculated his numbers there, Russell, but we'll see. Excuse me coughing, folks, I do have a touch of the flu at the moment, so I'm struggling on with Scotch and Cotterels. So,
yeah, I thought you might have had a touch of the man flu there.
No, it's the real flu, Bern.
Oh, that's no good at all.
I'm struggling on, mate, I'll be right.
Yeah, well,
if I start gibbering, then you know why.
I always gibber, so I probably won't notice the difference.
Yeah, but I'm using the Scotch to lubricate my throat.
Well, I think I'm going to have to get a sore throat as well then, and at the moment we're looking out the back of Luke Whitten's car there, and Benny Simonson, he pulled out, he tucked the nose back in, and he's trying to get a run, but I don't think he's going to be successful here.
No, that's I'm sort of. Oh, now I'm back up with you. Yeah, Alex is still sitting there in 5th place. Benny in 4th, all over the back of Luke.
Yeah, so your race leader at the moment is Mark Turner, and he's starting to get a bit of a gap on the guys. Then we have Mick Watson in 2nd, Luke Whitten 3rd, and well, actually he doesn't have a gap because I thought the 26 was actually our race leader. It's not. It's Callum Dwyer almost going a lap down.
Yeah, and Mick's just jumped the mark there, and Luke and Benny are going, come on, can I please have some of that? And Luke's gone too wide through there. Did he hang on to it? Or did he let Alex through? Oh, he's terribly wide.
Yeah, I don't think he had.
He's managed to hold it.
I don't think he had a lot of choice there, did he? And
no, Benny put the car there. Makes it difficult.
Certainly does, and that slow car, folks, that was Callum Dwyer just getting out of the way of the leaders as they come streaming through now. 14 laps of this race remaining, and we're almost at the halfway mark.
They've probably still got about 4 or 5 laps of fuel left on board. Mick's getting a little bit raggedy out the front there with the pressure being applied. And here comes Benny. He's had enough, I think. It's time for me to get back out in front, he says.
Yeah, and we'll see what he can do here now. Of course, Luke's on the back of him here. Benny now on the inside of Mark Turner. I think that's Mark on the inside, unless it's Mick and Mark show. As they go, here we go, folks. 4 wide. I knew it wouldn't take too long. Down to 1 wide, or 2 wide. So, yeah, they know how to put on a show, these guys.
Oh, look at this. Alex is just sitting there going, come on, boys, hit each other. But no, look at that. That's outstanding driving, isn't it? And they're going to do it again at the end of the straight. Luke's going, oh, where's all for me? He's looking everywhere for a hole, can't find one.
Well, Benny made a hole. Did you see how close he was to the two either side of him? He just threaded that needle, and there's contact.
Oh, there's been a turn around. Oh no! How they're coming together there, and Benny's gone.
Yeah, well, let's jump back and have a look at that replay. That was Mick Watson, Mark Turner, I think. But you can see, look at this, 3 wide down here, hardly anything between them. And then, of course, we're going to go to the super slow-mo here and just see what happened. It looked like the 78 turned in on the 72.
Yeah, it might have been a tiny bit of net code in that too. It's a bit hard to say. Just having a look. Going in there. Just looking at it again. Yeah, there's net code in there. They never actually made contact. A bit unfortunate. Yeah,
and Mick Watson, you could tell there was a bit of net code there as he drove right through the middle of Mark Turner's car there.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to have picked up any damage at all, which is quite fortunate for him. Remember, I put the curse on them by saying Alex is sitting there going, hit each other, boys. But Alex has managed to jump up another spot. Sorry, guys. It's not my fault. Alex paid me to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking that they're gonna watch this replay back and they're gonna be going, okay, where does Kevin live? Oh dear, that's so funny.
That's all fun and games.
Yeah, and because of that incident, we're actually... Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, Mick has lost his nose cone and his front wing, so can't stop yet, has he? So he'll get that repaired up. Yeah, might have jumped back down the field. Oh, these Alex and Mick and it's all got messed up because of the pit stops now, but Alex and Mick are battling it out here, going hammer and tongs, having a good race. That Alex is actually
yeah, and
going real well.
You can see Alex McKellar now, of course, he's up to 5th position now. Great driving there, and of course, folks, if you want to watch his live stream while you're watching us call this race, go to Twitch TV, Top Split TV, and you can see his stream there, and you can see the Mr. McKellar, Mr. Cool, have to call him the Iceman, at work in the office there.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Russell. He's back down to 12th, and Akon's all over him again. And Ian Bevan's behind them, and Dennis File. This is a great little battle back. I might stop back here and watch this for a little bit at turn.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Russell, he's pitted. He pitted the same time as these guys did. That's why he's back in 12th, where everyone in front of them has not made that pit stop yet. So it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be interesting though, Kevin, to see what happens when the other guys up front do pit. I mean, expecting Benny to retain the lead because he's out 1.5 seconds gap over Luke while these guys are still battling it out.
Yeah, if these guys work together, they might be able to get a bit of an undercut, but they need to work together. They can't be battling each other.
Yeah,
throwing all that out the window in favour of racing at the moment.
Yeah. There was a slower car going in the pits there, a black car. I thought it was Ian Bevan initially, but I don't think it is.
No, Ian's still out there. He's behind Hakon now, who's taking the lead for this group. Dennis is having a really good race. Russell seems to be a tad untidy tonight. He's not quite getting the lines right. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Ian Bevan here, he's in a bit of a sandwich between the Ovaltine team and Team Ovaltine, I think they are.
Okay. Well, it seems to be one of the Milo cars isn't running too well. Perhaps the milk wasn't cold enough, but the other one's going like a tray.
Exactly right. So at the moment, Ian's working on the back of Hakon there, and Dennis is just sitting on the back of these guys, waiting to pounce. But meanwhile, up front, folks, it's starting to spread out a little bit from Benny Simonson back to Luke Whitten. Quite a large gap developing here. Now, when Benny comes in, I think it may be now. No, it's not. What about Luke? Luke's staying out. Alex John stays out as well. As they go through now, we have 10 laps remaining of this race.
Yeah, Benny's got a nice break on them here, hasn't he? He's pulled a good big gap after that incident in the corner there, which is very unfortunate between Mark and Mick. But that's racing online. Sometimes you do get a bit of internet issues. Who's this out of the pits in front of the boys? Rob James Harris. I would suggest he's about to, either has been lapped or he's about to be lapped again.
That was interesting there. Alex McCullough got up to 4th and he actually lifted and let Mick Gray through. It was almost like he was trying to deal with the slowdown or something, but yeah, he actually lifted. So I'm not sure what went on there, unless he's just decided to play nice tonight.
Maybe, or maybe there was, a little bit of a kerfuffle between the two drivers, and Alex just decided to retread. Which is a gentlemanly thing to do, sporting thing to do in these situations. Perhaps he just put his car somewhere awkward for Mick, and Alex has just let him back through.
And the other guy that's having a great run tonight is on screen at the moment, folks, Jared Marks. He started in 12th position. He's up to 6th now, just behind Alex there. So Jared Marks having an awesome run tonight.
That is a fantastic effort, isn't it? We know if he's pitted because I'm sure Mick and Alex have. I know Mick has. I'm pretty sure Alex has too.
Yeah, and we just had word, folks. Ian Bevan, he's also streaming live tonight, which is fantastic. So if you want to put that up as well as Alex's stream and our commentary, you could have windows everywhere here. Go to twitch.tv/Ian Bevan. That's IANBEVAN. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, Alex is making a pretty determined effort on Mick this lap through. Perhaps he decided he wants that spot back.
Yeah, he's definitely looking like he wants that spot back. There might have been a bit of a misunderstanding or whatever last lap, but he's got the 555 ahead of him, and that is Mick Gray. It's great to see Mick having a good run tonight, and don't want to put the mockers on him, but he's looking really strong out there tonight.
Well, he's the best of the rest, isn't he? We've got Benny, Luke, and Alex. Alex Johns up the front there. Must say, great run by Alex. And then we've got Mick and Alex McKellar and Jared Mark sitting back here with quite a gap. This guy Joseph Falcomator, who's had a big jump in the pits. Joseph has. He was running back in 13th before.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ian is continuing to eat his Ovaltine sandwich here. that is Hakon Grebstad ahead of him, and Dennis Fiedler behind him, and these three are still going on. We've also now got Team Milo joining the action with Russell Clark, and I guess these guys are going to work out who's got the best chocolate drink between them.
They certainly are, and hopefully none of them spills their drink on Ian.
Yeah, exactly right.
Sorry, buddy. Gibberish.
That's all right. It's a cough syrup you're having, I'd say.
A team sponsored by Oreos or something in here, just to maybe Tim Tams, and we'd have a nice supper for the end of the race.
Yeah, we certainly would. And meanwhile, Alex McCallum now making a move on Mick Gray, makes that move, and that moves him up to fourth. These guys now around about 10.5 seconds down from the lead. But at the front, we've got Benny Simonson leading by 1.6 seconds, and then Luke Whitten leads Alex John by 0.3 of a second at the moment.
Yeah, they've managed to keep that gap fairly constant to Benny. He's not got away much on them. So Luke's must be driving pretty well, and Alex is doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, and all they've got to do is be right on the money with their fuel, and as we've seen before, you know, some guys have improved by 5 seconds in the pits. So if Luke and Alex are onto their numbers, take absolutely minimum fuel, they could get Benny if he's not doing the same.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Russell's going to make it after his very, very short pit stop. Speaking of which, where is he?
Yeah, I'm looking for him. 13th.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's still there. I had him placed on the wrong pack of cars in my head. He wasn't stopped for very long, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah, well, his was a shorter stop, 3.4 seconds. Everyone else is the shortest stop after that, 6.8 seconds. So it's going to be tight. We've seen Russell underestimate fuel before, haven't we, and run out with 1 lap to go. So hopefully that's not going to happen again tonight. But meanwhile, Alex and Mick continue this battle, as does Luke and Alex John here. Mick Gray now goes past.
We've got someone in the fence down here at the bottom of the... Oh, it's 2 cars must have been coming together between Darren Carter and... Who is it? Darren Carter and Callum Dwyer by the things. Oh, Callum's car's very worse for wear. He's lost the front half of it. He gets back around.
And we're having a look at this replay now, and Darren actually lost it in the S's, and let's get a bigger view than this, and he's slid across the front of Callum Dwyer there, and Callum had nowhere to go. That was a bit awkward.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little bit of net code in that with Callum and with Darren and the other car there. He seemed to run very wide there before he spun it around, so I'm not sure exactly what's happened. But that's their night done.
Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed that when he came into the S's, he turned right and then went really wide into the corner and then spun it. It was quite an interesting approach to that corner. At the moment we can see now Luke Whitten, Alex John. Alex is all over the back of him and starting to put the pressure on here.
Yeah, and it appears that Hakon and Mick have managed to get themselves together. Hakon's dragged the rest of the boys up behind Mick. Then Hakon's having a look around the outside, coming into the centre S's. Ian's behind, and so yeah, we're going to get a 2-for-1 here of what's going to happen. And yeah, Hakon's got him well before the turn in there. I'd suggest Mick's struggling a bit without that front wing in the front missing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Now these guys are 31 seconds down from the lead. 6 laps remaining. Hakon's not going to catch these guys at all. But bear in mind, I'll contradict myself now, which I often do in one breath. The top 7 still have to pit.
Yeah, that's correct, Bernie. But and it is quite a long pit lane here, especially the pit exit is quite long, and it has caught a few people out in the past trying to hurry out of there. So you can't just blat it out. You've got to be a little bit careful. Tyres are a bit cooler than when you went in there, and it is, it's quite a long exit. So the entire pit time is around 11 or so seconds by the time we get in, fuel up and get out again.
Yeah, and we're riding with Benny Simonson in our gyro cam here now. We'll see if he's going to come in. No, he's not. He did a NASCAR look there. What about Luke Whitten? He stays out. Alex John also stays out. Alex McCullough. What's Alex going to do here? And no, he's staying out as well.
Yeah, they're pushing it to as far as they can go. I don't imagine Alex will jump in before the other boys. He'll probably follow them in and try and pick up a little bit of time on the pit stop if he can. Meanwhile, it's yet to see how these boys Ian Bevan's got past Mick too. Mick's really struggling out there. Dennis is going to have a look up the inside of him. He must have suffered more damage than what it appears on his car there. Got him easily up the inside.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, that coming together, wasn't it? Because Mick and Mark, they were looking really good up the front there, jostling, of course, for second and third, I think, at the time, and when that impact happened. But losing a front wing like that, you were saying, the top end is affected a lot with the rear wing. What about the front wing when you get that much damage?
With the front end, Bernie, you lose that front wing, you tend to lose a bit of turning. So you can't get the car to rotate as well. Tends to push a bit across the front, and I think there might be a little bit more wrong with Mick's car. It seems to be lacking straight line speed. So I'm not sure what's wrong with that.
Yeah, he took a heavy hit, that's for sure. And now we're seeing the front runners, Benny Simonson now looking at coming in. Is he 5 laps remaining? And we'll see this time if he's coming in. No, he stays out once more.
They all stay out. Must be getting close to fumes me now.
Yeah, maybe that's the secret. They stay out until the others cough. But here comes Mick Gray. He's the first to blink. He's on his way into the pits now.
Well, Mick's a sensible racer. He wouldn't push it too far.
No.
But, when one of these boys starts coughing, it's going to be exciting.
It certainly is. He's come to a stop now. Let's see what he does. He's been sitting there now 2.5 seconds. It's a long stop for Mick. Very long stop. 8.2 seconds.
You look at the lap times. I mean, Luke just put in a 49.5. They're doing qualifying laps out here. I suppose with nearly no fuel in the car, they do go a bit faster. But Benny was a 10th of a second faster. Outstanding. So, just shake your head in wonder. I do.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, he is a professional racing car driver, so it's probably part of his day. What surprises me, being a professional racing car driver as a living, that's what it means. Then he comes in and joins us on iRacing, so he must be like Van Gisbergen. He just loves his racing.
Yeah, but it does go to show the standard of the other guys out there. I mean, guys like Luke and Alex and that, they've probably never been in a real race car in their life, but they managed to professional drivers. It's a real testament to their skill.
It certainly is, and it's here we go. Benny Simonson's in now. What about Luke Whitten? Luke's staying out. Alex is staying out. So let's get on to see what sort of pit time Benny Simonson takes here. 8.5 seconds was what Mick Gray did. So it's just coming into a stop now. It should be a reasonably quick stop. It's still sitting there. 2.5, 6.3 seconds was his pit stop.
You've got to wonder about Russell, don't you?
What about? Oh, yeah.
With fuel, yeah. It'll be interesting to see where the other boys come out here. Ian Bevan, they're a long way back.
Yeah.
Haycon and Dennis. But Russell seems to have disappeared. Perhaps he's pitted this lap. Russell's been caught behind Mick and can't get past him, dropping off this second pack.
Yeah, he might be just trying to get a tow as well. So at the moment, folks, let's have a look at your top 5, which are about to change. So I don't know why I'm doing it now. But Luke Whitten leads Alex John by 0.4 of a second. Alex McCullough, he's moved up to 3rd, yet to pit. Then we've got Benny Simonson, the first of our pits there. He'll probably take the lead. And Ian Bevan is sitting in 5th at the moment.
Yeah, they're a long way back from Benny, but aren't they?
Yeah, they
Ian
are.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long way back.
So these...
But,
it's okay, you can go.
so, poor old Haycon can't take a trick tonight, can he? He had that bad start and dropped well back in the field, and then seemed to have got caught up in some fights, and hasn't had the pace we would have expected. I'm saying that Ian's no slouch of a driver either. They just unfortunately didn't qualify well enough in a very hot field.
Yeah, we can see now Alex is in, Luke Whitten's in. Can Alex jump Luke here on the pits at the moment? Luke's out 6.6 seconds. Alex John 6.2 seconds, but not enough to jump him. But where's Benny Simonson? Yeah, Benny's got the lead again as he comes through. Luke Whitten will come out just behind him. Alex John behind him there. So all 3 drivers on the money. And then where's Alex McCullough now? He has... Where is he? He's just coming out of the pits now. He's going to drop down. Looks like he'll come out around about 7th position, which he does, right behind Dennis Fiedler.
Yeah, so he hasn't lost or gained much in that pit stop. He's sitting with these boys before, if memory serves me correctly, which is always a dubious thing at my age. They're going a right butt there.
Yeah, I was just watching Luke there. I tell you what, he's not shy on getting the rear end of that car sliding, is he?
Sorry, go. No, Luke's got outstanding car control. Some of the things he does in the car, I just shake my head in awe and go, that's not possible. But I'd like some of his tyres. They seem to have better grip than mine, but there you go.
Yeah, and looking at the cars that have retired so far, folks, we had 34 take to the grid. So Callum Dwyer, he has now retired his car. So has Mark Turner. Les Peck's retired. Jeff Dion, Brian Monger. Looks like Darren Carter has also just retired his car. And Brian Sheridan did not make the start tonight.
No, it's a bit of a shame. Just looking back further down the field, got it's a bit of a mess back here. Simon's up there into 14th, doing quite well. Russell's, I'm not sure there's something wrong with my overlays here. Russell's sitting in 9th. It's behind Joseph Falconmatter. I feel Russell, he must be conserving.
And meanwhile, we're on the last lap here, folks, but Dennis Fiedler, Alex McCullough, Ian Bevan, they're all still going at it, and we'll see now. Alex has got a tow. Can he get up inside? Ian's going defensive here, and what's going to happen here? Alex is having a look on the inside of Dennis. He makes that move, but Dennis isn't going to roll over here, and does he hold him on the outside? All he has to do, he does so, and he cuts across the nose of Alex McCullough to say, you're not coming through.
Yeah, that's a great corner. You can pass inside or outside on that corner. It's really the fun corner to drive. Oh, Dennis is gone now. He's after Ian too. Look out, Dennis has got the racing boots on. No, Alex is looking back.
There's a car around.
Did you leave the door open there?
Yeah, well, Dennis knows that he's racing 2 streamers here, so he's going, look, Mum, I'm on TV. I'm on all 3 streams all at once.
Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he?
But meanwhile...
Meanwhile,
Yeah, we better get back to Benny Simonson. He's our race leader tonight as he's coming across the line now to take first position in round 9 here. And what about second here at the moment? Luke Whitten leading Alex John across the line. Alex comes out and doesn't have enough.
Oh, it's a shame.
Hakon's pretty much free here in 4th position. Then there's been a coming together, I'd say, because Ian Dennis comes through. Where's Mick? Where's Alex? We've lost Alex.
He's a bit behind. His car looks straight, so maybe it was just a bit of the unfortunate fuddle there.
Yeah, we'll go back and have a look at what's happened here. They seem fairly close coming into the final corner. Oh, all 3 ran really wide there. That's what happened. And
just have a look at it now.
Yeah, I think it was all follow the leader through that corner, and they all went off, and Alex went right off into the grass.
Lucky to hold that, Alex. Yeah, it's it can be like that there. You're especially when you're anxious to get on the gas, get the run up the straight there.
Yeah, exactly. Coming into the last corner there, they're going to be pushing it to the limit, trying to get the best run possible to get that slipstream going up. And let's just have to get rid of this. Remove that once again. So, just moderating our chat channel, folks. So, yeah, it's a great race there, Kevin. And were you glad to be up here?
Yeah, I was. I was just looking at the results there. Hagon's managed to have a great drive back. He got up to 4. Like, that was a fantastic effort from him. Ian, Dennis, Alex, Mick, all good results for those guys. It's been a fantastic night. Going to give drive to the night, too. There's been some fine efforts.
Yeah, well, we'll go through the race results now. We'll see who the biggest mover and shakers are here tonight and see how it looks. So let's have a look at the final results here, folks, for round 9 at Interlagos. And where's my driver information? It's not going to go. Well, it will in a minute. Sorry.
Just before we go, just confirmation that Hakon did get a slow down on that first lap. So he's just now we know exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I pretty much thought he did because of the way he dropped all the way down to 11th there. So your final results here tonight at Interlagos, folks. Benny Simonson takes the win. He started from pole, he finished in 1st, followed by Luke Whitten up 1 position from where he started. Alex John had a great run tonight. He's up 3 positions and comes home in 3rd. Hakon Grebstad recovered pretty well considering he dropped all the way down to 11th or 12th. He comes home in 4th. Ian Bevan up 4 positions, coming home in 5th. Dennis Fiedler home in 6th, and Alex McKellar comes home in 7th position. Mick Gray finishes in 8th. 9th we have Matthew Hobbs up 8 positions, so he's the biggest mover and shaker so far. Peter Goodwin home in 10th. Joseph Falcamada, he finishes in 11th, and rounding out your top 12 is Russell Clark, who dropped 5 positions.
And 13th is Jared Marks, followed by Simon Chambers in 14th, Ashley Work 15th, Aaron Jury 16th, Mark Jeffries 17th, Daniel Harding 18th, Tim Awima 19th, Dan Lazur 20th, and Nathan Gong, Steve Burden, Paul Nichols, Luke May.
Yeah, and if we look at the Darren Lesser, he was up 12 positions from where he started. Nathan Kong up 8. Luke May, he was up 9 positions. So at the moment, the biggest mover and shaker is Darren Lesser. Let's continue on here. Anthony Moore, he comes home in 25th. Then Mick Watson drops 21 positions, finishes in 26th. 27th was Rob James Harris, followed by Chris Polly in 28th. 29th was Darren Carter, Callum Dwyer. 30th, and we're into our retirements now. Mark Turner also retired in 31st. Les Peck had some internet problems tonight, from what I understand, finished in 32nd. Jeff Dean, he comes home in 33rd. 34th, Brian Munger, and Brian Sheridan, as we said, did not make the start.
Yeah.
So it looks like...
Sorry, Bernie, I was going to say there's some great drives in there.
Oh, there's some fantastic drives in there, isn't there? And I was just going to say, it looks like we've got Mr. McKellar in the green room. Do you think we should bring him up for a chat?
Oh, I can't see any reason not to there, Bernie. I mean, he just likes to get his head on telly, doesn't he?
He does. And there he is. Mr. McKellar, well done, mate. Good drive. I tell you what, though, I think you overcooked it there a little bit on the last corner.
Oh, yeah, mate. That was quite a typical ending for me when the heat's on at this track, unfortunately. Just when you need to pull out a good corner there to get the run on the straight, I invariably don't get it right, shall we say, Bernie.
Yeah, and I can see you on the screen at the moment here. Let's bring up your beautiful picture here in the corner so everyone can see you. And yeah, it looked like we're watching all three of you coming into that corner, and there he is, he's waving to us all. And it looked like all three went wide, but it looked like you were going to go and do your shopping there.
Yeah, mate, I just overcooked it, got on the gas a bit early, stuffed up the entry. I find it quite challenging to get through that corner when you're nice and tight on traffic. And, of course, you got to be tight on the traffic there if you hope to get passed by the line on that last lap. Anything more than about 4/10, and you struggle to catch them by the line. So Dennis being in the draft of Ian there as well, I was really up against it. So just overcooked it, as you said, and it cost me a position, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course, you're up 4 positions, and we're keeping a very close eye on you, as we were with Ian Bevan there and Dennis Fiedler. And Ian was also streaming tonight, so we were having a bit of a laugh up here as Dennis was battling. He was probably saying, look, Mum, I'm on all 3 streams at the same time tonight.
Yeah, that's right. There was a few in here, actually. There was Rob Harris as well. He was streaming. And then, of course, your good Cell's doing a fantastic job as usual. So it was all action stations here tonight. And I know Sam Katagazinos, who's in the chat, I assume he's in your chat as well. He was saying he didn't know where to look half the time, mate.
And I tell you what, between your stream and our stream, we've got that mirror thing just shrinking in.
Yeah, I had your stream up for my guys to watch and direct them your way as well. But yeah, I can see picture in picture at the moment. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to hand you over to Kevin because he's got the old man flu tonight, and I'm sure he's got some questions for you, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, fantastic drive, mate, an outstanding race. I was just thinking with all these streams we'll have a river soon, but that's another.
That's right.
But yeah, how did you find out there? I thought the driving was really good tonight. Everyone was pretty respectful. There's only a couple of incidents that we saw. One between Mick and Mark, which was netcode, and there was another one that we caught up with, which I think had a bit of netcode too. But it looked very tidy from where we were sitting.
Yeah, I think everyone raced really strategically, actually. Everyone worried about getting dropped or dropping the people behind them. No one sort of giving away when they were going to pit. Little bit of contact I saw in front of me, but nothing terribly major. Probably changed the pit strategy or two, but I know I was running in clean air most of the night. Or in tandem with Mick there in between the staggering of the pit stops, and I was just worried that we were going to come out miles behind the group that Hawkon was in, but then for me to come out and nestle right back where I started, so to speak, I was really pleased because it meant we had good pace. So yeah, the driving stand was great and it made for a really enjoyable race.
Yeah, it was fantastic to watch, and there was so much action going on. There was just groups of drivers racing here, there, and everywhere. As Bernie was saying, it's a bit hard to know where to look. But once again, Alex, congratulations, mate. Great drive. And yeah, a bit unfortunate that last exit. If you had have got that right, you probably could have jumped the other two. But it's a bit of follow the leader when you get out there.
Yeah, it was typical of me though. That's my McKellar band for this track. There's one every track, but that's mine for this track, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your commentary when that happens, Alex. I bet it's not as calm and collected as it usually is.
You'll have to go back and watch a replay. I'll post it up. You can have a look.
Yeah, I know how it would have gone. It would have been, oh dear, I think I'm in the grass. Whoopsie. That's about it.
Did you catch my shout out, Bernie, on the visor?
I did. I had a good laugh. I saw that. It took me 2 goes to actually notice it because a few of the people in the chat channel were saying, have a look at Alex's stream, have a look, and then I noticed it and I had a good chuckle, so that was a nice touch, that's for sure.
Yeah, a bit of fun.
Yeah, so you'll, of course, be joining me tomorrow night for the Monday Night Lights Skip Barber race, and I'm not sure where we're going, but it's going to be a lot of fun all the same.
Yeah, absolutely. We're off to Silverstone tomorrow night. Really looking forward to that. Been some great racing there all week. And, I expect similar action to what we've seen here tonight. A lot of guys, sticking in packs, racing hopefully very cleanly and strategically. Obviously without the pit stops here tonight, but certainly should be a great race.
Yeah, it definitely will be, and that, of course, tomorrow night, folks, will be on RRTV, 9:15pm Australian Eastern Standard Time, and that will be the last broadcast for this weekend. I've noticed we've done 4 broadcasts back-to-back by Monday night, which is awesome, and then I get a bit of a break. If you missed the V8 supercar action on Friday night, go and have a look at that. That was Imola 650, quite an interesting race for sure, and we had Nick Hausler commentating that race. And of course then last night we had the GTE Asia Pacific race, and that was another good race, so of course that's on our YouTube channel as well. But anyway, Kevin, it was a pleasure having you up here again, mate, calling it. Hopefully you're going to get better soon, and we'll see you out racing hopefully tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. Yeah, I'll try and get in there tomorrow night if I can keep this flu under control. And thanks for Bernie, thanks viewers, had a great time tonight. Enjoy well, and I'll say good night now and catch you all next time around on RRTV. Yeah, and on behalf of Kevin, like he said, we'll hopefully have your company tomorrow night, but until then, folks, have a great Sunday evening, an even better Monday, start of the work week. We always look forward to that. But until we meet again, folks, look after yourselves. Oh, and 2 minutes till the Formula 1 starts. Good night.
Oh, I'm going to run.